Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Boy District. There's no recap this week, but rest assured, we're going to make up for it with a big list of spicy topics, some of which we just sort of came up with on the fly. That's what it's really all about. We don't really
Damn,
plan much.
I've never seen someone both oversell and undersell something. These are going to be some amazing topics that we just thought of like briefly for 2 seconds.
That's like if a car dealership guy was just like, "Yeah, dude, this '98 Civic, it's ugly and it's old,
Amazingly.
but no one's gonna steal it. No one's gonna want this."
I never used that line when I was a car salesman. I did use the line, "Hey, it's lasted this long. It'll probably last a little bit longer," and that usually worked when someone needed a $5,000 car because they couldn't afford anything else.
I remember when you were there for this, but that time I almost bought that Subaru, but I didn't have
Yeah.
enough money for the fatty down payment that they wanted. And it was like what, like an 8 grand down payment. And the guy at the dealership was just like, "Oh, you don't have like 8 grand you could just borrow from someone? You're telling me you don't have someone with just 8 grand
Oh yeah,
they could
that's a
just give
common
you?"
one.
He made it seem
Yeah,
like most people just have a person that they can just fall back on for 8 grand whenever they want. And it's like, dude, that's not a thing. I don't know.
yeah, no, it was a very common tactic, especially like another like thing that people had that was really easy to use against people was if their credit sucked, like that was like if someone had really bad credit, like this sounds really bad to say, but like that means you have all the control in the deal and they either have to accept that or not get a car. Like if somebody has bad enough credit, like the dealership chooses the car that they get, they choose the payment, like you don't get like pretty much any say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why
And
it's nice to pay with cash, because then you don't have to jump through any hoops. They're just like, "Oh,
oh
hey,
yeah,
cash, yes, gimme."
exactly.
Every
And so
rich person I know, because I have rich family members and shit. That's how they always do it. They just go the cash route, and it's like, yeah, can't blame them. I mean, if you were rich though, why would you even want to consider "Oh, I'll make payments."
yeah, exactly. If you have the cash, like you should just buy the damn car. Like that was the fun thing though about that was like the other side of that coin too though is when someone has cash or like an 850 credit score, you know they can go anywhere else, so you pretty much have to like kiss their ass. And I hated that job for that very reason. It was so stressful, bro, because it's like just every interaction means maybe I'll eat tonight,
Oh
maybe I
yeah,
won't. Like
it's like working at
very.
GameStop. At
Wait,
least
they
I
had
don't know.
it was
There was
it was commission based.
there was a big thing with GameStop and just how terrible it was to work there, and how all the workers were like, "Yeah, we're really really pressured to sell this shit out of stuff, and if we don't sell enough stuff at the end of a certain sales quarter, we get fired." I was like, "That's super fucked up, man." So it's like they're really treating game stores like car dealerships now too.
Yeah, they try to get me to at my job. They try to get me to push like certain things at the register when I run the register, and it's like, no, I don't have a cut. I'm not getting a cut. Like, I don't have like a bonus or anything for this. So no. Like, if you want me to sell shit, you got to incentivize it. You got to pay me extra when I sell it. I'm
Exactly.
not. It's like I'm not just in this to make you money, bro. I'm sorry. I know you want me to be. It would be really convenient for you if I was, I'll admit, but I'm not. Like I don't like I'm at this job because I want to eat.
I'm at this job because I want to get a fucking $2,000 brand new Subaru and drive to McDonald's so I can eat.
A 2000 what? Oh, okay, it's a joke. Just wasn't a funny one. God, I need a new partner. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Let's just get this out in the open, all right? You said before we started the podcast that we needed to improve, and I could tell from the core of my soul
Oh,
that you were
okay, here
talking to
we go.
me.
Here we
And
go. Yep, you always
I
do
thought the
this.
same
You
thing. I
always
thought the
do.
same thing. Only I think it's your fault.
No, no,
So
you always do this. You always put thoughts in my head and words in my mouth. Like
let's
I
just
didn't,
get it out there. What do I need to do better?
I didn't.
I be.
No, I'm not very good at arguing, admittedly, but I will say I did not imply anything. That's all in your head. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
You said this show sucks and it's all your
I
fault.
Now you're just making
I
shit up.
just want you to
Now you're just
explain
making
that
shit up.
statement.
Okay, okay. We need a sidebar real quick away from the podcast audience. Okay, hey man, like we need to get this shit together. You're really fucking derailing us right now with your drama, and it needs to end. Like I
No.
get, like I, Dingus, I hate. All right, so let's just get this out of the way already. How's Elden Ring going?
Oh my god, it's so fucking good. And I haven't been able to play it really that much since we last recorded this podcast. So I'm pretty much still like halfway in Stormvale Castle.
Hmm.
But right after this, I'm gonna probably go and finish Stormvale Castle and just mop all that up. Stormvale Castle is weird. It's kind of a nice change of pace because like as much as I love exploring and shit, Stormvale Castle's like really ginormous and it has like a constant like sense of direction. And I love that Elden Ring doesn't really tell you explicitly which way to go. Like obviously you've got like the grace sites that have that like arc of light that kind of points you in whatever direction you're supposed to go, but what's nice about Stormvale Castle is I feel like there's so many different ways to explore it and you can just spend hours and hours there and it's literally just one dungeon. But like there's just always like a constant sense of direction, which is kind of like a nice little change of pace. But then once you get back to exploring, that'll be like a nice change of pace too. I don't know, I just think it's a great fucking game. Like all of the different things that you can find and all the NPCs and the little interconnected lore pieces and shit, it's just so good. It's so good.
Damn, I see. Whenever I hear everybody enjoying games like this, I always am filled with envy at your ability to get past like the first couple bosses. And like I know that there's like more to explore in Elden Ring. It's just everywhere I went, I felt like I was getting my ass kicked, and I understand it's because I'm a little baby bitch boy who's like not good at these types of games. But I will get back into it soon. Like I know I said this last time, but like I bought the damn thing, so I'm definitely not like done with it yet.
So like uh Elden Ring is weird because did you do the tutorial?
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
tutorial is really easy to miss. A lot of people missed it. And
So
when I made my first character, I missed it. Like I walked right past it. Like I didn't even notice it. And then I made a second character, and that's when I was like, oh shit, there's a tutorial right here. And the tutorial
hmm,
is insanely helpful, like, because, you know, it's got like the Dark Souls thing where there's all those messages on the ground. So you walk over and you press A or X and you read the message, and then it'll tell you something like, oh, press this button to do this, or do this and this, or try this. And it, you know, it gives you it explains the combat and it gives you the general gist of the mechanics. And at the end, there's a little bit of a boss that kind of tests your knowledge. But yeah, I would say like definitely do the tutorial because I know a lot of people, me included, just missed it because it's kind of like it's in a weird spot where it's just easy to walk past it. But yeah, the
see,
tutorial's great for just
when
learning like
I
the baseline shit.
Yeah, when I started the game, I pretty much did the exact opposite of what you later ended up recommending, and I just like had a walkthrough playing alongside it. So, and it directed me to the tutorial, so that's like I would have missed it for sure.
I would say just kind of play it like Skyrim, where like you know how in Skyrim you're always seeing like things pop up on the compass, like a cave icon or a like a mine icon and shit, and you're like, oh, I'll go explore this, you know, if anything, just to get like a map marker out of it for fast travel or whatever. But like Skyrim's always like kind of imploring you to explore the world and go into that cave to find a special weapon or like go storm that fortress full of bandits to get cool armor and shit. Elden Ring is the exact same. Like it's very similar in that it encourages exploration, and if you're having too much trouble in one spot, you could just go literally anywhere else. Like the options are endless because it's open world. Like I don't know, objective wise, the first thing you want to do is get the horse because the horse is just like, I mean, you kind of just need it. I think like my first character, I took a really long time getting to the horse, and I was just running around on foot forever. And I was like, oh wait, I can get the horse right now, because you pretty much can. You can get the horse at the very beginning, like as soon as you step out into the world, if you just follow the arc lights and shit. But yeah.
I'll definitely give it another shot because I don't even think I got the horse like ever when I played it. I didn't know you could get it that quick either.
Yeah, the horse is amazing. It is so Torrent is the best video game horse of all time. His controls are amazing. He is a horse that you can do Super Mario 64 platforming shit with. He has a double jump. You can use him in boss fights. He's outstanding. I used to hate horses in video games because they're so damn hard to control. Like even in Red Dead Redemption, you gotta like mash X and like everything just feels rigid. But in Elden Ring, they finally figured out how to make horses not annoying to ride. I mean, it helps that he's like a magic horse with like a magical double jump. But yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, you go and you meet Melina, and she gives you Torrent. And you know, like the tree sentinel, that guy at the very start, the
Yep.
boss. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely like, unless you're really good and really patient, you just want to not fight that guy until later. Because what I did was I just walked past him and then explored some other shit, and then I came back after like a couple of level ups and I just beat his ass with the
Yeah.
horse.
I think I beat him. I can't. I don't have memory that because it's been like 2 months since I played it almost since it first came out. But I'm trying to remember like the exact place I ended up. I guess I could just pull it up. Well, let me see if I still have it installed because I might have made room for fucking. No, I do not. But I didn't make it very far. I'm pretty ashamed of how like terrible I am at that game because
To my understanding,
everyone online was like, oh, this is like the easiest one. Like this is perfect for beginners and everything. And I'm like, I do not feel it because this is like it feels like the hardest fucking Souls game I've ever played.
so far, I think that it's definitely more accessible and it's more I definitely think it's easier than Dark Souls, but there is a higher learning curve, I think, just because there's so much more to the game. So there's just more to learn about it. And like people like me just went into it with an innate advantage because we'd already played Souls games before. So we already knew what those mechanics were. So all we had to adjust to was the new Elden Ring stuff. But yeah, the new players have to adjust to like both sides of that spectrum, which is definitely like I could see that being pretty difficult. But yeah, they make it, I do feel like they make it a little more accessible in the sense that there's just so much you can do at any given point. Like I said, like if you're getting beat up by a boss or if an area is just too hard, you can go back to an easier area. Like you could even go on Google and look up like, hey, what's the recommended level for this boss or what's the recommended level for going into this area? And then you can like match your stats up with that. I mean, it's pretty like I don't know, it gets to be pretty standard once you get into it. Oh, it's such a fun game. So good. Everyone's saying
Yeah,
that it's the best game,
it
and I'm just like,
is
fucking
beautiful.
yeah,
It's a
that's
beautiful
the
game.
other thing. It's stunning. And it never stops, and you're never looking at the same shit for too long because like even in the big ass open world, the environments still change really quickly, just like in Dark Souls. Because like you know, in Dark Souls, you'll be like you know, going through a dungeon, and then you'll open a door, and then on the other side of that door, like suddenly you're on top of like a mountain pass, and then like you go down that mountain, and then like boom, suddenly you're in like this mystical like shit like that. Like Elden Ring does that constantly, and it's so cool. I love the NPCs too. Like all the NPCs and their like quests, at least the ones that I've started, are really interesting. Like I did this one. Okay, I don't even want to spoil it just because I want people to play the game. But I did one particular side quest. Or I haven't even finished it, but I started it, and I really, really want to see what happens with it and the characters that are involved. Like I'm genuinely like, if I can't find them, I'm gonna Google where to find them so that I can continue their quests because it's just so good.
Huh.
I
Well, I'm
also
glad to hear you're having fun with it.
I learned that the Elden Ring is not an actual ring that you wear. I don't know if that was news to anybody but me, but I always thought the Elden Ring was kind of like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings, but it is not. It's not a ring. I mean,
I
it's
do
a
like that
ring.
prefix. I do like that prefix, Eldon. Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, you're good. I was pretty much done with that thought anyway.
The
Elden Ring is good. Everybody should play it. Tell your parents to play it.
word
Um,
Eldon is just cool. I like it.
yeah, I don't even know what it really means. I'm gonna look it up. I know it's gotta like mean something. Because
It
every
just
time I
probably
see
means
it, I
cool.
just think it's like I think of like Elder Scrolls.
I mean, yeah, it probably just is related to the word elder. Like it
Define.
probably means like like an old person or something. I don't know.
That'd be funny. Define Elden. Old
I don't
person.
think it's a real word anyway. It's probably just.
It's that's not. It says Elden. Third person singular simple present Elden. What the fuck am I get out of here. Alright. Oh, okay. So apparently Elden means the fire in Swedish. Oh, the fire ring? That's kind of fucking cool. Alright, whatever. Elden Ring
Oh,
title deep dive.
so it's time for me to go on a bit of a rant here, but it's not a rageful rant today, Cody. Are you listening? Do you got your ears on?
I got
You
my
got your
listening ears on.
pot of honey you can stuff in your face while I'm telling you this weird shit that I found on the internet? So,
Okay.
I fucking was scrolling through Reddit and I found an Ask Reddit post that was titled, "What's your weirdest thing? What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen while out hunting?" And it was a pretty old post. And one of the top upvoted comments talked about said this. It said, "Me and my dad were out hunting deer. We tracked one for about 4 miles, noticing that its movements were really erratic. When we finally found it, it was bashing its head against a tree repeatedly. Then it stood up on two legs and walked into the river and drowned itself." And then, so that's a weird story, right? That's like some Wendigo ass shit.
Yeah.
And then,
I heard this somewhere.
and so I'm not,
Huh.
and there's all kinds of similar stories. I looked into it. There's all kinds of similar stories you can find where deer like bash. There's one that talks about a guy saw a deer bashing its head against a stone and then licking up its brain afterwards before dying. There's one of lots of them where they stand up on two legs and just walk around like that. Lots of them where they walk into water and drown themselves. And so I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like deer are just like going fucking nuts, like sicko mode out here.
Oh, is this part
And
of like the zombie deer thing?
yep,
Like
yep. So
that virus? Yeah.
yep, yeah.
That
So
shit's terrifying.
oh my god, bro, that's so scary. So I wrote down mad deer disease. I do not think that's what it's called, but for those who don't know, let me Google really quick. Mad
Zombie deer
deer disease.
disorder.
That's what it's called.
No. That'd be
So it's called.
hilarious.
Oh, it's called chronic wasting disease, and it's a prion disease that affects deer, elk, reindeer, silka deer, and moose. And it's related to mad cow disease. So basically it's a disease. Fuck, this is a lot of big words, dude. Um, it's basically like a zombie prion disease that affects the neurons in the brain and makes them like fucking spaz out. It affects like their entire neurological system and makes them act weird and like zombies and shit. Like, ugh, there's so many pictures. Like, they pretty much kill themselves because they can't like control their muscles or their movements, and they like it triggers like aggression responses, which is where you see them like bashing shit. And apparently humans can become infected with it by eating
Yeah,
contam.
I've
Yeah, by
heard that
eating.
too, but it doesn't like do like the same shit.
No, it's just
It just makes you like
it.
really sick for a while.
Yep, and it doesn't. There is no record of anyone ever coming down with the human variant. So like
But what's
that
to say
basic.
there isn't some kind of human variant of this shit?
Well, that makes me segue into my next topic, which is: have you heard about these monkeypox cases in Europe and Africa right now?
Uh-uh.
So there was I think about 2 weeks ago, there was a confirmed case of monkeypox, which is fucking really not good, um, in Central Africa, and then like a couple weeks passed, and then they found it in Britain, and then they found it in fucking Switzerland. And what monkeypox is you get it from ingesting the bodily fluids of a chimpanzee with pox.
Oh
and so
god.
and so that means that somebody was either like ate something after a chimp or was doing something pretty sinful with that animal,
Oh god.
and then like the according to Google and Reddit, the most common way that it's passed is through like kissing and like saliva and shit, apparently. So um apparently all the experts are saying that it's not anything to be too worried about yet, because it's like taken this long to infect like 10 people, so it's not the most infectious thing in the world. But like, damn, imagine like getting monkeypox and then that means that you had pretty close contact with somebody who had pretty close contact with somebody who had pretty close contact with somebody who had really close contact with a chimpanzee that was sick.
Either they fucked that chimpanzee or they tried to pick it up like a toddler and it like pissed all over him or something.
Yeah, so like let me I want to disclaimer that all that bullshit that I just said, because I am no expert, so I could like I'm not looking at a computer at all right now. I'm just parroting stuff I saw on Reddit a few hours ago. And but yeah, monkeypox is apparently back, or not back, but there's like something going on.
Monkeypox is back in style, baby. I haven't even heard of monkeypox. I'm
Joe
looking
Biden said something. It's something to be concerned about. Oh, yep, it was just reported in Florida 10 hours ago.
Joe Biden's like barely conscious though. Like anyone could have
Uh,
rolled up and told him like, "Hey, Joe
Dude,
Biden, say this,"
how
and
do
he'd be
you
like,
how do
"Okay."
you get monkeypox? Fuck, are you
Uh,
serious?
you would have to let
Like,
Joe
there's an
sounds
update that
fucking.
says researchers believe that human-to-human transmission is mostly through inhalation of large respiratory droplets rather than direct contact with bodily fluids or indirect contact through clothes. Human-to-human transmission rates for monkeypox have been limited. Um,
So we got monkey sniffers in chat, fucking spreading monkeypox.
Large respiratory droplets, though, that means you would have to be like standing next to somebody who's like coughing and sneezing into the air.
I'm gonna look
Fuck,
up.
fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, this shit looks like it sucks on like Google Images.
Oh my god,
I
we're
can
just
pull it
sitting here.
up, but I don't want to pull it up. I don't want to put monkeypox up on the screen. Signs, symptoms,
Okay,
appearance,
so
clue,
here's the
headache.
official outbreak at a glance. So it says since 13th of May 2022, cases of monkeypox have been reported to WHO from 12 member states that are not endemic for monkeypox virus across 3 WHO regions. Epidemiological investigations are ongoing. However, reported cases thus far have no established travel links to endemic areas. Based on currently which basically means it's not just coming from Africa anymore. Like it's coming from like Europe and stuff because it's there. So based on currently available information, cases have mainly but not exclusively been identified amongst men who have sex with men seeking care in primary care and sexual health clinics.
What the
The object,
fuck? That is so oddly specific.
yeah, the
So
objective.
monkeypox targets gay guys who are seeking shelter with potential other gay guys?
Well, so it's saying what it's saying is it's been identified amongst men who have sex with men, or MSM in medical terms, seeking like it's been identified when they seek care because they're like, "Yo, I'm sick. What's going on?" And so like they get sick with the monkeypox and they go to the hospital and that's where it's recorded that they got sick, you know what I mean?
That's
And
so
so
bizarre.
yeah, it's weird that it's targeting gay dudes seeking like so yeah, but it's not saying that it's like specifically targeting gay dudes in like hospitals and shit, but it just means that it's been seen in men who are having sex with men who are like going to the hospital like, yo, what's wrong? What are these pimples on me? Yeah.
Symptoms include headache, fever, chills, sore throat, malaise, fatigue, rash, and lymphadenopathy? Lymphadenopathy. What is lymphadenopathy? I don't even think I'm fucking saying that word right.
Like your lymph nodes, I think it means that your lymph nodes swell.
That's exactly what it means. You were right.
Yeah, I'm fucking smart, dude. I just put that together from the words.
Lymphadenopathy.
And lymph nodes are just like glands that are on each side of your neck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of a different, kind of a bit of a different ad read. It's more of an apology. Um, so a few episodes ago, we had actually endorsed a brand called Bus Pass. Um, Currently there is a class action lawsuit against Bus Pass, um,
We are
involving.
legally required to say this, by the way.
Yeah, so if you or anyone you know has been hurt using Bus Pass, please call 1-800 change.org/ get rid of Bus Pass. Because they're going down, and I would just like to apologize on behalf of everybody we may have potentially put in harm's way by endorsing such a harmful product. Harmful
Um,
and predatory. And predatory.
I would just like to interject in here and say that I don't apologize for anything because I don't select the sponsors. It was Cody's job to vet those and make sure that they're legit. And so far, we have a spaghetti restaurant that doesn't seem to exist anymore and keeps sending us our checks in nickels and pennies, and a Dilby's drill bits, which like that's just stupid. And now we have to talk about a class action lawsuit that's as a result of our sponsors. So
But you
yeah,
know who
this
doesn't have to worry about a class action lawsuit? Dreamco
yeah,
VCR.
there's that
Dreamco
one.
VCR is selling the 90s and early 2000s right back into your home. Please pick up your own custom VCR for just $299.99 a month using code BBD at the checkout for 2.5% off. Thank you, Dreamco VCR, for sponsoring the show. You okay? Did you just choke?
Yeah, yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. I was dying, and you wouldn't have done anything to save me, would you?
No, I would have like just started running over there from here. Podcast still going and everything.
Mm.
There's just like a 40-minute like gap of silence, and then you hear me, you just hear like a door break open, and I'm like, I'm here!
And then you cry because I've been dead for 38 minutes.
Damn! Knew I should have called the cops.
Fuck!
Damn
God
these
damn it!
legs! Not fast enough.
God cursed me with the slowest legs on earth.
I do have some good news though. It's finally over. The the Master Cheeks show is
Didn't
finally over.
did we already talk about this?
No, the show ended like a couple days ago.
Huh.
I
I
actually
could have.
haven't watched the final episode yet, but
Okay.
I
So
heard
there's a
it ended just as bad as it started.
so basically there was a fight scene that looked like it was straight out of Spy Kids. Mixed with that Doom movie with The Rock. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was something. And then by the end of it, by the end of the fight, Master Chief, I say that with quotes. Master
Master
Cheeks,
Cheeks.
yeah, Master Cheeks. He had his helmet off, which of course, because that's his thing. And he had like blood and cuts all over his face, and he got knocked in the head a few times. And all I could think of was, man, if only there wasn't some sort of armored device that you could put on your head, to like protect it. Like
You want to know what TV character I really liked who usually keeps his helmet on 99% of the time?
the
The
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. He takes his helmet off sometimes, but most of the
Well,
time he keeps that shit on, and I still
yeah.
think he's pretty fucking cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna like, it had to have been because of actor contracts where they're like, yeah, my face needs to appear in this or something.
Like, guys, this
Um,
isn't just a Halo show. This is my vehicle. This is my version of the Vanilla Ice movie.
but so here's the thing about the Halo show, right? This will be the final time we talk about it, I think. Um, Here's my overall thoughts on the whole subject: is the creators keep talking about how they took creative license and artistic freedom, and now after the fact they're on Twitter and stuff talking about like, yeah, well, like we needed to be creative and like we had to take our artistic license because we had to make it fresh and appeal to a larger audience and blah 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 blah. But here's the thing: if you want like fully unrestrained freedom as a writer to be creative, then you sit your ass down and you make up your own shit. If you want to make an adaptation, that you inherently accept that there are limitations that come along with that, and because it's an established world with fans that love it. You know what I mean? And so
Exactly.
you can't just say, oh, like we're gonna slap Halo on our mediocre sci-fi show to sell shit, that people will rightfully criticize you for that. And I like like I agree that there's a YouTuber named the Act Man. He's not like my favorite YouTuber by any means. I disagree with a lot of his points, but he was right on the money with his Halo show video where he said the fans have a right to criticize you. Like I don't agree with like those people that are being like hateful and toxic about it and calling for like guillotines and shit like that. But there's like you definitely deserve to be criticized if you make an adaptation and it's not a good adaptation.
Also, like, I just gotta say, they're like their big platform that they're using to like deflect all this hate is like the whole "oh, you're just fake Halo fans."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who are they to like call people fake Halo fans when they
And they didn't.
themselves say they didn't play the games, they didn't talk about the games, they didn't involve themselves in any way with any of the original Halo work. So how are you guys fans? We're
Yeah,
fake fans, and yet you motherfuckers didn't even play the games? Like,
yeah, and like
that's a big fucking assertion there, partner. Like, damn.
and here's the thing is I wasn't being as harsh as I could have been because I'll admit I'm more of a casual like casual leaning on hardcore Halo fan. Like I loved it a lot as a kid, not so much as an adult. Um this show has been in production since 2013.
Oh,
I
I
thought
know. What a
I
tremendous waste of time and money.
I literally thought that this was something that they slapped together in the past year for Paramount Plus.
I
Like that's
did
all
too, actually.
like I didn't think that this was something that has been in development for 8 years. I was like, bro, this is so bad. Like I turned it on expecting it to be bad, like adaptations for video games usually are,
Oh
where
yeah, me too.
where they tried and it's just not clicking. You know what I mean? Kind of like what's a video game adaptation that was like that? I don't watch a lot of video game or like any adaptation.
The new Uncharted movie was like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep,
There was like an honest effort, but it was still just like nah.
exactly. Like just a couple fuck ups lead to domino effect. I was expecting to dislike it, but I was expecting it to be forgettable. Here's the thing: is I am never gonna forget how much I hate that show. Like it was one of the worst, and I am not like speaking in a hyperbole here. Like it wasn't just mediocre or bad. It was one of the worst written, CGI'd, um, like casted fucking things I've ever seen. It was one of the worst pieces of entertainment I've ever seen. It was terrible.
Yeah,
0 out of 10.
it was really just an all around train wreck. And you all know what's horrible is now that season one is over, they before they even released season one, Paramount Plus greenlit season two.
Yeah,
So
they always do
they,
that.
oh my god, that misplaced confidence. Like they must be feeling so stupid right now. They're just like, oh great. We already put the money into it. Now we got to make a season two of this shit that everybody hated. Because, like, let's face it, if they didn't do that, like, if they didn't just have that, like, false cockiness from the start, they would have just cut it right there. Like, season one would be it. They wouldn't keep going from here. Not with this reception that it's getting, not with how expensive it is to make at, like, 3 or 4 million an episode or whatever. Like,
Okay, you're telling me that shit costs 3 million an episode?
yeah, I want to say, I'm going to look up their average episode budget. Halo episode budget. Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on. So the budget for just season 1 is between 90 to 200 million.
What? Dude, this is a money laundering
Okay,
scheme. What was
apparently it's 10 million an episode.
what was the Mandalorian season 1 budget?
Let me see. Mandalore.
100 million. It was exactly 100 million. So, here's that's here's what I was going to say is everybody that was I was on my private Twitter account criticizing the Halo show, and everyone was like comparing it to the Mandalorian because that's like a very easy XP to make. The Mandalorian didn't look like a TV show; it looked like a movie.
Yeah, it was very, very film quality throughout.
it looked like it took place in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Like fucking, and people online were arguing back with me saying like, oh well, they didn't have Disney money, and it's like, bro, they have Viacom and Microsoft money.
Yeah, you
Like,
don't think Jon Favreau is richer than fuck? Like,
like, well, I'm talking about fucking the Halo show. People were defending it, saying, well, they can't do as good a job as Disney because they don't have Disney money, and it's like they spent the same fucking amount,
oh yeah,
and
I was just about to make that exact same point because there's this post on Reddit that I'm looking at that says the Halo TV show simply don't have the budget to make a Halo show. It's like, dude, at 10 million an episode, like the thing with the Halo show is like for the most part, like the visuals and shit are all right. Like when they actually try to look like Halo, it kind of looks like Halo, but like they just deviate
you'll
with all
take
this
that
weird
back once
shit.
you see the final episode. Just by the way, you'll
Oh yeah,
take that
there's a lot. Oh, there's plenty of shit that doesn't look like Halo at all. But
back.
like when they try it, like I don't know, some of the ships look Halo-y, the space settings and stuff. But yeah, everything else is just fucking. Ugh.
But regardless, so people were telling me that they don't have they don't have Disney money to make that look like as polished as The Mandalorian was. And it's like, bro, but Microsoft is just as big as Disney, I would say. It's a pretty large fucking company, and so is Viacom. So what the fuck? Like, why did it look like Spy Kids? I was so mad looking at it. At least on like Star Wars live action, like I hate to keep drawing this comparison, but when they make the characters in Star Wars live action, they don't always look the way I want them to, but at least they look professional.
Yeah.
The the shit on Halo, quote unquote Halo, look. I'm getting like mad talking about it because I was mad watching it because it just like it was insulting. It looked like it wasn't rendered all the way.
They should just like pull a Suicide Squad and like just make a season where they completely start over and basically just make it like a shot for shot remake of the Halo campaigns. Because
The
that's
C-
like, I didn't want them to do that. I was like, because a lot of people were just like, yeah, it'd be cool to see like the Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2 and Halo 3 campaigns just in like a TV show format. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool-ish, but like there's so much to explore in the Halo universe. Like let's see what they can do with it. I absolutely hate what they did with it. So I would rather they just do a remake of and just portray like the campaigns basically. Just
yeah, they
show me fucking Halo 1 and 2 and 3 on like
yeah,
TV show format. I don't even fucking care at this point. That'd be way more fun to watch than Master Cheeks fucking some human covenant woman and then going on
yeah,
this like spirit quest to his childhood home and Halsey's like, "Oh no, he's growing beyond my control." And it's I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. I hate that girl's haircut. What's her name? Quan. Hate her haircut. Angry Joe is 100% right about her haircut. I've been watching Angry Joe's reviews for pretty much every episode that comes out. I haven't been into Angry Joe since I was like probably 12. I've been like rewatching it, or not rewatching, but watching his Halo reviews as they come out, and god damn it, me and him are on the same page when it comes to that fucking haircut, man. Like, why? Why does she have to have that
she's
stupid
pretty
haircut?
much she's pretty much the protagonist
Yeah,
too.
she is. She's the main character. It's the Quan show. Master Cheeks is second in command in his own world. It is absolutely stupid, and like everybody hates her character.
Yeah, I
I
hate her
hate her
so much.
character. Like her character doesn't belong in the story anyway. Like in the grand scheme of Halo, there's already so many characters and so many plot lines you could already go off of. You don't need to add a random child into the mix, let alone a really annoying child cuz like dude, I fucking hate Quan. Like aside from her haircut, her whole shtick is like, oh, I need to like get the rebellion going again so that we can overthrow the UNSC. And it's like, you stupid bitch. Your whole village just got slaughtered by this alien race that just appeared out of nowhere. And your chief concern is, let's overthrow the government. Like, are you out of your goddamn mind? And they thought that was like a good idea for like a character's arc? Like, what the fuck? Like, why isn't she trying to like contribute to like humanity in general and fighting the Covenant? Why does the show treat the Covenant like such an afterthought anyway? Like, dude, the Covenant are so easy to just forget about in this show. Like,
It's like a character drama
yeah,
sometimes. It's like, bro,
they're always just focusing on like the humans and how all the UNSC people are fucking each other over and what how Halsey is corrupt and how John is learning who he is, and it's like just show me a bunch of hero humans fighting aliens to save humanity. That is what
also
Halo is. Just give me that. Like it's not
also like
hard.
fucking Master Cheeks is all mad at Halsey about shit because he removed his emotional chip. Whereas like first of all, fuck the whole stupid like emotional regression chip thing in the first place. That's not like anything Halo lore related. That's fucking so stupid. Fucking they were fucking chemically altered and like I'm not getting into that, but regardless, Master Chief from the games like had a really complex and fucking weird relationship with Halsey, where yeah, she was pretty much
Yeah.
like she took everything from him and was pretty much a slave master that set him on a course for like a life of violence, and she pretty much took his only means of like fighting back away because he didn't care, and it was subtly implied that it was kind of tragic that he didn't care, because she took that ability to care away from him by raising him the way she did, you know. And so I don't know, it was just really, and like that relationship was compounded with Cortana because Cortana was Halsey basically. And so I don't know, like they just, that could have been really cool to see in a medium where it's not like having to also cater to gameplay, you know?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like I don't know, it's just a big missed opportunity all around.
It was. It was such a dumpster fire. Glad I
And
got that out of my system.
there's
Felt
gonna be a
good.
season 2. Yeah, me too.
I don't know if I'm even gonna have it in me to watch season two. Like
Oh, I
even
won't. I
with season one, even I kind of skipped around a little bit. But like, yeah, season two, I don't know if that's gonna happen for me unless they just announce something huge, like fucking Cortana gets fucked by some kind of forerunner alien and gets pregnant with some kind of like covenant prophet, and then the floods show up. I don't know. What a goddamn waste. I could 100% full confidence I could write a better Halo show.
Yeah. I mean, I've read your writing. I know you can write a better Halo show.
Oh, thanks, man.
Fucking, you could like they could just put you in the writer's room and it would be fucking fine. Fucking, that's what's really upsetting is these people got paid for this.
Yeah, they
But
made like a
yeah,
lot. Oh, fuck. I wonder, like, the people who, like, the production team in general, whoever, like, hired the writers, is probably just, they're probably feeling about the same way that, like, farmers insurance would feel after they paid, like, millions of dollars for a jingle, and then all the jingle company could come up with is, "We are farmers." Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Everyone's just sitting there like, how much did we pay these guys?
a lot, a lot. Hmm.
Jesus.
That brings me on. Well, that doesn't bring me on to my next topic, but I'm steamrolling over there anyway. So here we go. So, philosophical question for you. And like when I ask this question, it's a hypothetical. Like, would you do this? And every consequence that you could think of would come along with it. Basically, it'll make more sense when I say it. So, if you could clone yourself right now, and that clone would grow in like over the course of like the next few years would grow into like a little like 3 foot tall Cody who you could like boss around and like make him do shit for you. He's a fully intelligent version of you. Like he's you but in miniature, and he's like a whole new version of you. So he doesn't have your memories, but like he is you essentially, like just 3 feet tall. And he's your butt, so you can like fucking throw him if you want. You can fucking like make him do like your laundry, and if he
Have
refuses,
sex
just
with it?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you said it, not me. But yeah, like if you could do that, would you?
Would I have gay sex with myself?
That's not at all what I was asking.
Hmm. I would go. Fuck. I would. I would go with yes, but I would like never want to see him, and I would like kind of keep him on like standby in case I needed like an organ transplant or something.
I need your miniature liver.
Yeah,
See,
like hey, bro, hey, I sorry, I need your heart.
okay, so here's my answer. Is I once upon a time when I first thought of this question, I I agreed with what you said. Like I would want that, yeah, because like you could make him do shit for you. But like, and it's me, so it's like I'm not harming anybody, but like a little me. But here's the thing: is I'm a vengeful, like easily irritated person when it comes to authority. Like, if I don't like your authority over me, if I don't like the way you're handling it, I'm the kind of guy that's really petty about it and makes life harder for those above me if that happens. And it's just like I know that it wouldn't be worth it. Like I would just be too. I would give myself too much attitude. And also, like just it's a living thing. It feels wrong, but that's secondary.
I would try to find some way to like scam my clone so that
Mm,
he goes to work and shit
mm.
and somehow sends me all the money. And like I somehow like trick him. I don't know how that would work.
You just show up one day, 3 feet tall.
Imagine you're getting scammed and you're just like, "Where's all my money going? What the fuck?" And then like you get the opportunity to meet your scammer and it's just you staring back at you.
But gigantic. What are you gonna do? Take it from me, little Chase? I'd like to see you try, little wimpy boy. I don't know why I would have a deep voice in that scenario. Just from his perspective, I would have a deep voice because I'm so gigantic. Because that's how that works in cartoons.
I guess winding back to the TV shows topic. What's a show that you consider like a comfort show? Just something that you just kind of watch when you're just like, fuck it, and turn your brain off and just like a comfort show. It is what it means. It means what it's. I
It
can't
is what it is.
I can't speak.
Yeah, I've probably got three. So I have three that I cycle through, or that I used to cycle through when I could access them all. The first one is probably Star Wars: The Clone Wars, just because that's one of my favorite shows, and like I pretty much have it memorized over the years. Um, the second one would probably be The Office, because I'm a millennial, and that's like our universal show apparently. And then I know there's a third one that I watch. Family Guy.
Yeah, Family Guy is one of mine too. I mean, it's crazy because when I was younger, I don't know, when I was like a kid, I'm probably in like fifth grade, I thought Family Guy was fucking hilarious. But as an adult, I still enjoy the show and I like watching it, but I really don't find it that funny.
Yeah, I
Like,
still watch all the new episodes when they come out. I just don't like laugh when I watch them.
yeah, like I don't know what it is, because like South Park will still like get some laughs out of me. Like I don't know if South Park is just aged better or if the writing is just better, but like I don't know, Family Guy, like I still watch the shit out of it, but it's just like not funny to me. Like it's sometimes it is. Like there's some great moments on Family Guy, don't get me wrong, but
Oh yeah, it's definitely not as good as it was, but like yeah, I'm the same way. Like I still watch it when it's on and like watch the new episodes sometimes when they come out, and it's like I don't like sit there like guffawing or even laughing at all, but I don't not enjoy myself while I watch it. It's like it's pretty much the perfect description of what you described. Like I can just turn my brain off and be like, "Your fat boy he's making his wife's life hard." Whoa.
yeah, I would say like Family Guy and American Dad, and probably just like throw them both into that ballpark. Uh,
Ah,
that
damn! I have a
70s show, that 70s show is like a big one. I fucking love that show. Like you know how a lot of people like love the show Friends, and that's like their big generational thing is just
yeah,
like
their
that
comfort.
love for Friends. Like that 70s show is like my Friends, except it's not terrible.
I would say The
Friends
Office
kind of
is that
sucks.
show. The Office is that show equivalent for me because like I don't know, I know it's not that funny, but I just love the fucking Office whenever it's on. It's like I just smile because it's like, oh, I love all these characters and I love the story and all that shit. It's just good.
I'd throw like Tosh Point oh into that comfort show bracket too. Tosh Point oh is just funny for the most part.
Thing about my content consumption lately is it's all been Star Wars because I'm hyper fixated because I'm excited for the Kenobi show on the 27th. And then I just watch YouTube nowadays. Like I don't even really watch like anything else. Like I watched like Drew Gooden and Eddie Burback and Ted Nivison, Jay Schlatt.
I love
Um,
Eddie Burback. Eddie Burback is like, he's just fucking funny as shit.
I think fucking Jay Schlatt is one of the funniest dudes ever, like to walk the earth. Like a lot of his humor doesn't jive with me, but like when he's funny, he's fucking hilarious. And then Slimesicle's another good one. Fucking Danny Gonzalez is a good one.
Did you
Yeah,
hear
it's pretty
anything
much.
about that creator clash thing? That seemed like the coolest event ever. I was like, damn, what a cool idea.
Is that the one where Michael Reeves like was a boxing?
Yeah, it was just a bunch of like YouTubers and streamers like boxing each other. It was fucking awesome. I was like, man, that's a great idea.
Yeah, they pretty
Apparently
much.
they're making it like a yearly thing now, from what I've heard.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It was a good idea when Logan and Jake Paul did it. It's just I would rather watch likable people because I don't
Yeah.
like watching Logan Paul and Jake Paul do anything.
I'm gonna come up with my own fantasy creator clash roster. I want Eddie Burback and Mudahar to box.
I would
Eddie
say I want to see fucking what's his fucking name? I just said it. Oh, Jay Schlatt and Ted Nivison box because they're both like 6'4". So it's just like they would just like whenever you're that big, you can just hit hard no matter what. So it's just fun to watch big dudes fight.
I want to see Wendigoon versus Critical, because they look similar, except like, yeah, they both kind of look like they would be the same size and like weight division. Like,
Ooh, I would pay a lot of money to see Danny Gonzalez versus Drew Gooden because they're like their whole shtick when they make videos together is that they're pretty much the same person because they look the same and they have like the same sense of humor. So it'd be interesting to see who would come out on top there.
Jontron versus Dantavius. Definitely
John,
same weight division.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been not really liking any of the videos JonTron has been putting out lately. Every time he puts out a new one, I watch it and I get like halfway through and I'm like, this is kind of boring, and then I click out.
Yeah, I like his older stuff more, but honestly, I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to his channel. Like, I know he uploaded something recently, but I didn't watch it. I haven't seen it yet. I think my
Fucking,
favorite JonTron series was his Starcade, where he was just like playing all pretty much every Star Wars game ever.
you know what's fucking crazy to me that I've been realizing as I've been getting deeper into different YouTubers is how they all like know each other. Like, and even if they don't know each other, they like are still connected in some way,
Oh
you know?
yeah, yeah, which is weird
Like,
because there's so fucking many of them.
yeah, like so fucking Slimesicle, for instance, fucking and Drew Gooden have never interacted once. They have never fucking made a video together. They've never done any. They've never even talked from like my like I haven't looked into it too deeply, but like I've watched all of both of their content. But fucking Slimesicle knows Jay Schlatt, who knows Eddie Burback, who knows Drew Gooden. So there, like that's like just a magnitude of four people, you know.
Yeah, so I
That's all.
don't. I have no idea why this randomly popped into my head, but it's kind of funny. Uh, I don't even really know the context of this story, but one time, like whenever this happened, a serial killer got caught like fucking. He had a bunch of like women in his basement that he was like torturing and shit, and fucking his excuse was that the women were there when he bought the house.
God damn. There was
Like what do you want me to do? They were here when I got here.
There was this guy on he's like one of those Menonists or whatever, you know, like those like
A Mennonite?
dudes. Well, they believe like they're like incels basically. They believe that they're like expert on women and fucking that they have like they were basically his name was Adam Tate and he was making videos basically saying like, "Hey, women like it when you're like when you insult them and you're dicks to them and you fuck and you like all this other shit that's wrong, obviously." And one of the things he bragged about was, yeah, like I have a webcam empire of over 50 women. None of them were in the pornographic industry when they met me. Now they all are. And it's like fucking at the time when I first saw the video talking about it, I said to myself, that sounds almost like a step away from sex trafficking. And then last week he was arrested for sex trafficking.
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Yeah, he moved to Romania last year.
Really?
And the
Fucking
reason the reason he moved to Romania last year, and this is by his own admission when he moved, was they don't pursue bullshit sexual assault allegations. And then, yeah,
that's
The Romanian police raided his home last week, and there was a woman being held captive there. And his excuse was basically like, "Oh no, she's not being held captive. She's free to leave," but she was like very clearly like not.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That's wacky.
Oh yeah. And so fucking yeah, that fucker's
That's why Roman Polanski can't come back to America. Because he does,
really.
he's getting arrested first thing.
Really?
Yeah.
He was
Do you
selling
know who
people.
Roman Polanski is?
Um,
He's a really famous director. Like I'm gonna actually look this up.
that's what I thought. I was gonna say he's either a fucking actor or a writer or something.
Yeah, he's directed some seriously like famous movies, but was like he was accused slash convicted. I don't really remember. He was apparently like holding some girl hostage in his basement and just like raping her constantly or something along those lines. And as soon as he got like caught or whatever, he just fled to France, I'm pretty sure. And that's where he lives to this day. I think. Actually,
Damn,
I
he
think he lives in
fucking
France.
he drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl. Fuck.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he like kept her there for like a while, from what I
Fuck.
can remember. But yeah. Yep, convictions. Unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor. Yep, so he was convicted. So yeah, he's never coming back to America if he wants to stay out of jail.
Yep. He said an Interpol red notice was issued for his arrest, and he rarely leaves France. It's like, why won't France like do anything about it?
Yeah, I guess the French are just creepy. They support
Yeah.
creeps. Why does that make sense to me? Like, of all countries, it fucking would be France. He was born in
Damn.
Paris. He was
That's
married to Sharon Tate? Wow. Wow, this guy's gone through some wives. Holy shit. He's been married 3 times. I guess he's still married to his current wife. Yep, he is considered a fugitive.
so why won't France like extradite him?
What's
Why won't
wacky is this motherfucker has been a fugitive since
1978?
yeah, he's been a fugitive since then, and he has still been making movies. He's just making movies like nothing happened. He made The Pianist.
So French law prohibits extradition of citizens of any kind, and so the French will never extradite any French citizen. He holds Polish citizenship as well, and a Polish Supreme Court ruled that he had served legal. He had already served the legal sentence for the crime under Polish law, and would not consider extraditing him to the United States.
Yep. We're gonna have to go get him. Should we just like assemble like a little A team
Yeah, I'm down.
to go get Roman Polanski and bring him back? That'd be
Wouldn't be
like the
too hard.
ultimate
He's like,
adventure. We got to bring some more people though, because we know this guy's got security, so we're gonna have to go in shooting. Can't be just us. Suicide. We're
damn.
gonna fly to
Um,
France with shit. We need some people who know what they're doing. Like
No,
actual
we
we
don't.
gotta bring
Fucking
like
Roman
Chris.
Polanski's like 90 years old. We could
we
just
gotta
grab
bring
him.
we gotta bring Chris Hansen and give him like an assault rifle. Feel like, all right, Chris, welcome to the real special forces, bro. You
Dude,
ain't busting predators anymore. We're kicking ass and taking names. The Roman
God
Polanski
damn.
sexual abuse case. There's a whole Wikipedia article about this.
Well, we should probably move on to a lighter topic before we wrap it up. I don't really want to end it on such a sad note.
Do you think the moon landing was fake?
No.
Me neither. But sometimes part of me wonders, because, like, when you look at the footage of that shit, it do be looking kind of fake. Like, I can't. Oh, God. I don't think it's fake. I swear to God. I'm not that tinfoil hat guy. But, like, I'll be goddamned if part of me ain't just a little bit suspicious. Because I'm the thinking man.
Well, up on that note, I'm
It
thinking.
does look fake. It
I
does.
mean, I think you're just experiencing like it. It's an old camera, bro. It was from like the 1960s or whatever. Everything looks weird on those old ass cameras.
Yeah, but this, like, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm totally, like, all about it because we defeated Russia and shit. The power of space and Star Wars and bankrupting the shit out of them. But, like, yeah, the footage itself was like, wow, it looks kind of fake. I'm not trying to fuel any conspiratorial fires, though. You're listening out there, you better goddamn learn the rules and follow the establishment. God
Listen
damn
to the
it.
man. God damn it.
Establishment,
Also, I don't think
establishment.
people realize how getting to the moon is not quite like yeah, it's a very large, expensive and hard thing to do, but it's also not like we're talking about like traveling to the other side of the galaxy. It's right fucking there. It's the moon. Like I don't think like a lot of people will say, "Oh, like it's not even possible, bro. You know how hard it would be?" And it's like, "Nah, I mean, probably figure it out."
Want to hear something really sick and twisted? Uh, so I was at work and like pretty much right next door to where I work, there's a big old King Supers. So I was going by that King Supers and then I'm like standing outside my work getting ready to go in smoking a cigarette when suddenly like I look out and I see this lady like getting like this whole ass like concert speaker system out of a van. And like her and like this other dude, they just start unloading sound equipment. And then they pull out a violin. And by the way, this was like a weird looking van. It was like this jet black van. It was super out of place. And it was ginormous. It looked like some Men in Black shit. But they get out of the van and they get all their sound equipment hooked up and then they pull out a violin. And they like hook the violin up to the sound equipment and this lady just starts playing violin music like blasting through the parking lot. And I'm not complaining because it was beautiful. It was like the music they were playing during the Titanic sinking. That's exactly what it sounded like. And for some reason, my brain just jumped immediately into conspiracy mode. And I was like, so this is how it ends, huh? They know that we're about to get nuked. So they're sending vans full of people with violins and sound equipment to comfort us as we go out.
I mean, I think you might have just ran into some buskers.
What's a busker?
Um, just like people who play music in public in exchange for tips and shit.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know, all the circumstances there, I was like, this is it. We're going to die. The bombs are falling. It's Operation 0 hour. A lot of people are going to get hurt, and they're playing violin music to soothe us before
Some of
our
some of
nuclear
you may.
doom. There was a part of me there for a moment where I was like, dude, what if the government did that? Like, what if they knew we were getting nuked? There was nothing we could do. We were all going to get annihilated. So they're just like, quick, send out the violinists. Fuck. Just do what they did on the Titanic.
We
Soothe
keep a
everybody.
we keep a small army of violinists at all times in every conceivable location on the continental U.S. just in case.
When I came home from work today, My dad was at a birthday party, so I think he forgot to let my dog outside before he left because my dog had taken a big, ginormous shit right in front of the back door. So I picked that shit up and it smelled horrible. And I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at all because I knew right from the beginning. I was like, okay, he had to take a shit, did what he could, went over to the door. Nobody was there to let him out. Dad forgot to let him out, so he took a shit on the floor, did what he had to do. I wasn't mad at all. I didn't yell. I just picked it up. I went downstairs to my bedroom, and my dog was just like sitting on the floor with the most depressed, shameful look on his face. You would think that I had like belted him or something. But like he just felt bad that he took a shit on the floor. Like I wasn't even mad at him or anything. He was just like sad. So I had to like sit there on the floor for like 3 minutes straight, like comforting my dog because he looked like he was goddamn crying. And I was just like, it's okay, it's okay. Keep in mind, my dog is like 140-pound pit bull. For anyone who's like, oh, what kind of dog is this? Sounds like a really sweet, humble young Chihuahua. No, he's a pit bull. He's a grown man's dog, and he acts like a little bitch like this. So I gotta like comfort him. He's so goddamn sensitive, even when you don't say anything. But at the end of the day, I appreciate that about him. He's a really good dog.
Aries is a good dog.
He shit on the floor and then he got sad, and I felt like an asshole, even though I didn't do anything. It was the craziest shit. I was like, oh, it's all right, buddy. It's okay. I understand. He was like,
What an asshole. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna make sure get some brownie points in.
And the thing that really got me was that it was right at the door too. So I was just like, man, he really tried. He like really wanted to get outside. Because when I walked in, like, have you ever had like a dog shit inside your house? Like
Yeah.
you walk in and that's the first thing you smell, and it's just like, great. I'm home from work or school or whatever, and the first thing I get to deal with is a shit, stinky shit on my floor. But yeah, it wasn't the end of the world. My dog thought it was. And then once my dog finally realized that I wasn't mad at him, he got so happy. Like he was just running in circles. And when my dog starts running around, he's kind of like Bullet Bill from Mario. Like you gotta like really look out. He'll fucking sweep your legs out from under you.
Hmm.
That was my poop story.
I don't have an animal that ever poops on the floor. Jupiter's pretty good about shitting in her box.
Yeah, my animals never poop on the floor when fucking we let them out.
I don't know, man. I've been to your house. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
guess my
Your
dad
house.
just like didn't feel like letting them out.
Oh, he probably just passed out or something.
No, he went to a party.
Hmm.
He like went over to do some shit, get drunk
Hmm.
and hang out with family, and then just didn't think to put him outside. And then I even told him when he got home, I was like, "You didn't put the dog out." And he shat all over the fucking house. It was all over the place. I had to swim. I had to swim through shit. At the end of
Well,
the
on
day.
that note, we've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes now. You about ready to wrap her up?
I'm down. Time to hit the Alt Tab button.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, it's been
Thanks
like
for
an
watching.
hour and 13 minutes. I guess we'll do a
Hey,
proper
everyone.
little outro here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were affected by bus pass, please call 911. Don't call 911. Never prank call 911. Don't do that. But yeah, that's been this week's episode of the Big Boy District. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I still have some topics left, so next time we're gonna have like a head start. Nice.
All right, everybody. You must know this. I love you.
And I love you.
Mwah.
Alright, thanks for watching. Goodbye, everybody. An hour and 14 minutes.
We've been doing them a lot longer, and it's been a lot easier than it used to.
Yeah,
feel
we're
like we've
also
been
still recording because I forgot to like hit the wrong fucking button.
nice.
All
Gotta
right,
hate our
for
audience.
real this
Fuck our
time,
goddamn.
everybody. Goodbye. Don't act like you didn't just hear those fucking
Yeah,
gay
no.
ass things we were just saying.